Hey, what's up, Aaron?
What's up, Travis? And
Everything.
the guy that's holding the camera up. Go ahead, man. What's up?
I had a topic I wanted to talk to you about this week. It's about complacency, whether it relates to the work environment or just everyday life in general, and progression as well.
Okay.
So, what are some of the known signs of complacency that you see around you, whether it be someone random on the street or something that you see every day, like on the train? What are some of the signs?
What I see in a lot of people is I look at their how they move. I look at their energy. I look how motivated you are when you wake up in the morning. I think a person who's complacent has no drive. He's a guinea pig in a cage that just keeps spinning. He just keeps going and going and going, but he has no direction. He's just going. And when you're going nowhere, you're going nowhere.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to find a way. I think anybody who has a dream, a vision, and a desire for greatness should wake up with a plan every morning. Every day you should work towards something. If you want a new job, wake up every day, fill out a job application somewhere. If you want to go to college, go online, look for some online college courses or something like that. Maybe you can, take them all, take college courses at your own pace. But you should be doing something that will help you progress in your life.
That's fair. I actually like that metaphor. The hamster in the cage spinning, never really going anywhere, no direction.
Definitely, it's a fact. It's facts. People do it all the time. I've done it. I'm sure I've done it.
Oh, that actually leads into my next question. Have you ever been complacent yourself, and have you ever picked up on that?
Definitely, I would say most of you guys know that I spent maybe 5 years working in the mailroom.
Right.
And I think it was 2012. I was dating a young lady who was real cool, and her and I were having a discussion. And I looked at my W-2s from the year prior. 2011, and I looked at what I made for 2011 and what I was making in 2012. I said, baby, 2012 was going to be my last year working in the mail. She said, really? A year later, I got another job. That following year, I said, 2012, that's it. Because keep this in mind, once someone hires you and they have you working behind their desk, that's exactly where they want you. That's why they hired you.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? They want you. They don't care how long you stay. You want to be there 50 years. You're doing them a favor. You know what I mean? But I say that what I did was I got tired of being frustrated. You know what I mean? When you have to, at some point, you have to excel. You got to level up. And if you're not feeling good about what you're doing, then it's time to make some improvements in your life. And you're the only one that can do that. You're the only one who can do that. It may take time, but you have to set things in place to okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. If you want to become a security guard, if you want to go into the military, there's certain precautions you have to take to get to that destination. So you just can't wake up one morning and say, I want a job, I want a new job, but you're not doing nothing to make these things happen. You have to take the initiative.
Right.
You have to. What I did was, I just kept being persistent about what I wanted until I got it.
Wow. You're actually answering all my questions that I had laid out for you, because I kind of put a little thought into this.
Okay.
But what really, you just spoke on it, but there must be something else inside you, your goals. Everybody has goals, but
right.
For you, apart from your goals, what else motivates you? What? Everybody wants a good job. That is fact. Everybody wants to live comfortable, make a decent amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to be rich. But other than material things, what else motivates? All right, so yeah. Everyone likes material things. But other than the material things in life, what else motivates you to not be complacent?
To be honest with you? To be of service.
Explain a little more.
Okay, most of you know that right now I'm qualified to be an armed guard in the state of New Jersey, right?
Right.
So that's not about just having a firearm on my head. You know, you want to be of service to people. You know, I look at it now, at my age, I'll soon be 50 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to think about what am I going to do for the next 10 to 20 years of my life, or even 30 years of my life, right? So you have to find something that you actually like doing and don't mind doing for the rest of your life. You have to really set it, like you said, not everybody's going to be rich. That's not meant for everybody. You know, to me, it's about being comfortable, and however God decides He wants to bestow His blessings upon me, then so be it. But it's more about being comfortable and confident in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? As you know, this is not about me just saying, hey, I have a gun in my home and I get to shoot it at the gun range. No, it's about a level of professionalism.
You said you wanted to be of service.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm sorry. Be of service, and you want to also be in a position to provide for yourself and your family. So you always have to think 5 to 6 years ahead. You know, when you're providing for a wife or a son or a daughter, mortgage payments, you have to set yourself in that position to say, this is what I want to do. So what I say to myself every year or every day, because you know, I fill out a job application every day. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's how I go to sleep, and that's how I wake up in the morning, knowing that I can potentially get a new job tomorrow or next week, because I'm applying myself to go forward. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say I want a new job and, you know, one is not going to appear in your mailbox. You got to apply yourself, man. You really have to. Again, going back to the word being complacent. It's so easy to me. Being complacent is a form of slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because you're stuck. You're complaining about the system, but you're not doing nothing to evolutionize yourself to get this, to get here. It might take 4 years, or it might take 5 years, but at least within like 4 to 5 years, you've been setting goals for yourself. So when that 5th year or the 4th year comes about, you set yourself up.
Time to reap the rewards.
Okay, what were you asking me again?
So, I remember you speaking earlier about making a plan, and that's exactly where I wanted to get at just now. So, you know, everyone goes about stuff differently.
Okay.
I know you're very meticulous in what you do. You like to sit down and you say, okay, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do, and this is what I want to get done, whether it's a day time frame or a week time frame. So, in terms of not having a plan, do you think you should leap before you look? Sounds reckless, but if you really want to get out of the situation, sometimes you have to do certain things. But at the same time, plans do fall apart. So if that's the case, then should you just take that leap right now and not think of the consequences? Because I do believe you should always have a plan for everything, but it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. So
I'll say this to say, again, you guys know I've been trying to look for an armed guard position for some time now, right?
Right.
Now let's say for whatever reason the company comes across my resume online and they say, hey, we like your resume, we love what we see, and we'd like to have an interview with you. But we need you to start a week and a half. Can you do that? Now the money might be good. I have 6 years security experience now. I have 2 years as a regular security guard, and I have 4 years as a supervisor, right? My friend, I'm gonna have to take that leap because I want change, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, just imagine if you're on a burning roof and, you know, they send up something, like the trampoline is down there, like they tell you to jump into like a cushion or something like that. Bro, that cushion is almost 30 feet. Bro, you gotta jump, because they're not coming up there to get you. So they've given you a platform to land on. It might be 30 feet, but at least you're landing. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it's like, call it the leap of faith, or sometimes you just have to, what's that word I'm looking for? You have to have belief that this is gonna work itself out. not gonna always be A, B, C, D, and everything with pieces. Sometimes a puzzles are broken apart for a reason. You have to put them together. It may take you a day, it might take you a week. As long as you know that all the pieces of the puzzle are there, you have to put them together. So just think, again, you start a new job. You know, sometimes you get bits and pieces of information from different sources. You got to put them together. So you have to, hey man, I'm done with this level of my work here, and you have to look at it. You know what? These guys are giving me another opportunity. I'm not quite sure, but the benefits are there, and my salary is about to change. So you have to look at it that way. There's going to be some level of BS in any professional work you go into, but you have to take the leap of faith, and then you have to. If you want something to change, you have to change it yourself. Period.
You know, I was speaking to someone about passion versus opportunity. I know this is a side question, but I actually want your input on this. A lot of people chase their passion, but it doesn't necessarily lead to anything. You're passionate about it, but it doesn't really.
Passion don't pay the rent all the time.
That's where I was getting at. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, this is my passion," but I've seen people in situations where I get it.
Okay.
You can chase your passion, but you have to understand that certain things you do may not allow you to live how you want to.
I agree.
But if you choose to live that way, that's completely fine. But I would tell them, I believe you should chase opportunity while fulfilling your passion at the same time.
110%.
And I know someone that is chasing passion, and sometimes I think to myself, should I be doing that with myself? But
it's okay to do both.
Exactly. When I hit 27, and I realized that, listen, I love graphic design, but at the time it wasn't really paying my rent. It wasn't really allowing me to do what I wanted to do because there's so much competition out there.
Definitely.
And not that I'm not good at it, but I have to know that right now it's not the best thing to do.
Not at this moment, no.
So there's nothing wrong with that, right?
I don't believe so. Just as long as you know it, as long as you know in the long run, this is what I want to do. But you have to set things in place. This is how you're going to provide for yourself up until that point comes. It happens to everybody. It happens every day. You know how many rappers don't get a record deal, but they're good?
Yeah, I do.
So it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You just have to apply yourself and just keep believing in yourself. Or that if something's not working, you might have to change it up a little bit. You might need something to tweak it, twerk it, how you want to do it. And you might need to fine tune things, and that's about it.
All right. So back to the topic at hand. How would you advise someone to stop being complacent? Because I don't think everyone notices, and they might have plans, but they're like, I'll get to it eventually. I just want to ride out this year. And then 1 year turns into two turns into three. So how would you tell them, listen,
I often tell people that procrastination should be one of the sins. Procrastination should be a sin in my book. You know what I mean? I say that you should set goals for yourself, if not every day, every week. If you're serious about changing where you are in your life, again, like I said, it might take a year, it might take 2 years. But just as long as you're applying yourself to say that, hey man, I want to get this done. Again, you cannot, what I would say to anybody, put up something on your refrigerator, a list of things that you want to do, and finish those things. Start checking them off. And hey man, okay, I did this week. Like I said, every night I fill out a job application, whether I'm qualified for it or not. But just to say that I said, you know what, at least I did something. You know, as you know, I spruce up my resume at least once a week. I look over my resume, I put it out there again. I talk to different people, just get different insights on things, or what I should do to make this look better. You know, who can I talk to? But I'm not gonna spend a week or a day complaining about my situation if I'm not doing anything to change it.
I do agree with that. I remember a situation where I was in the gym and there was an overweight person in the gym, and I saw people making fun of that person. So to me it hit me like, okay, so you complain about them not doing anything, but when they actually go to the gym to do something, you're laughing at them because they're overweight and they look funny on the machine.
They took the initiative.
That exactly.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's kind of corny to me. You know, someone sees, they get up in the morning and they say, hey, I know I believe that I'm overweight. I got to do something about it. Just start off by going to the gym, going to the doctor, ask the doctor, hey, what should I do?
Baby steps.
That's all it takes, man. You should never laugh at anybody about that. Stuff like that's kind of cowardly if you ask me, but who am I?
Hey, we're all cogs in the wheel. We have to help each other to make everything run smoothly.
I agree 110%.
So, in terms of progression, I mean, we all need to progress at some point in our lives. And I know why progression is important to me. But for you, why is it an important thing in your life? Not only for everyone keeps on saying this, like great minds think alike, but I personally don't like that saying, because if great minds think alike, we'd all be the same. But you could think about that a different way.
Okay.
But for me, I think great minds think differently, because the more ideas we have, the much better things are.
Yeah.
So for you, why is progression such an important part of your daily life?
Okay, this is one thing that we don't read about in social media, the news. They don't talk about the fact that men do have low self-esteem.
True.
You know what I mean? And I'm one of those people who suffer from depression. Suffering from depression, having a low self-esteem is not a good mix. And I did not like how I looked when I was depressed. And my self-esteem was very low, because it's a sign of weakness. And when you look weak, you will be eaten alive. And when you're trying to be great or do great things, you have to be the best, physically, spiritually, mentally, because people see weakness whether you know it or not. And if people see that you're weak, you can be the greatest guy in the world. But if you look weak, you'll prey. You'll prey. You're food. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that. If you want to be great, you have to take some bumps and bruises, man. You look at some of those National Geographic shows and you see the king lion. He got some scars on his face, bro. He had a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? He done been through some scuffles, but he's still standing. And he's feared and respected. He said, you know, if I go up against that great lion, I might not come out of this too good, so I'm gonna keep him over there and just wave to him. You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, in order to help my attitude and to keep myself confident and to boost my self-esteem, I have to do something every day that makes me feel good. And me feeling good means not making anyone else feel look. It makes me feel good to make somebody else feel good. You know what I'm saying? So that helps me be a better person. I sleep good at night because I'm not an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an asshole, but for myself, I get up sometimes when I see I'm having a bad day, I gotta check my attitude. You know what I mean? Because that's something that's how I choose to start my day, with a positive outlook, knowing that I might have to deal with some, what's that word I'm looking for? I might have to deal with things, and I have to deal with them accordingly, and I have to deal with them in a professional manner. Despite how I might feel, I still have to be professional. So me personally, I get up every day with a plan. I try to get up every day. I pray, I meditate, you know, I daze out sometimes and, you know, gather my thoughts and say, okay, Aaron, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this. If it don't happen today, it don't happen tomorrow. But it's very important that you feel good, and you have to feel great about yourself. No one else is gonna do it for you.
I agree.
No one's gonna do it for you.
But with that said, you know, you think it's very important to vent because, all right, it's fine that you have a positive attitude every day or should I say, like you said, you have to start the day with a positive attitude. But I think, just like you said, no one really takes note of, men that actually have low self-esteem. But you have to really get things out. And I think, personally, it's normal I think venting should be a thing where, all right, I'm a realist.
It's how you vent. You know why? Because some people vent, some people whine.
There's a line right there. Yeah.
I don't want to be around a whiner. That's annoying. When people should be whining are babies because they can't talk. Adult can talk. Adult should be able to communicate.
Right. And whining goes back to somebody that complains every day about something but does nothing about it, right?
Yep. I tell my lady all the time, like, I'm not gonna come home and bitch and moan and groan about my day. It has nothing to do with you. That's my issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to find a way to address those kind of things without making it a burden for the person that's in your life or any one of your friends. Everybody got issues. But I like to be the type, you know what, this is work, this is home. Period. I'll deal with it the best way I can. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for majority of the questions. Actually, that's what was on my mind, because I feel like I've been complacent, and it's time to actually move forward now.
Definitely.
And I figured that you're moving forward. I should have realized that, wow, we all need to progress ourselves and move forward somehow, because I don't want to be in the same position I was or I am 5 years from now and then say to myself, oh, I should have done something back then. If I don't start now, then when will I start,
You gotta start now. You gotta start as soon as you can, man. If you have something that you want to do, plan for it. Have some things I'm planning for next week and a week after. Whatever time you have, some downtime, even if it means getting up a little earlier. You might have to get up a little early, go take care of some business and still come to work. Might be a little tired, but you actually try to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's something out there, man. If you have to. You have to, man. You just can't say, oop, I hope a job comes through tomorrow. Did you apply for any jobs? No, but I think one might show up. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to really apply yourself, man. A lot of people don't know how to apply themselves, because it's another thing to have also. You got to have a lot of discipline too.
True.
Like, looking for a job is a full-time job. It's like going to the gym. You can't want the perfect abs if you keep eating cheeseburgers twice a night and ice cream. You got to discipline yourself. So, okay, this is not working. Let me try this to make my weight go down, or whatever you want to do. But if you're applying for a job and you want a new job, or you want a promotion, if you have to study for this promotion, then you have to study for it. You can't think that it's gonna give it to you. You have to play the. You have to be the part. You have to play the part. You not, like you and I are guards, right?
Right.
They're not gonna give me no job driving no train because I said I could do it. Nah, bruh. Got 3 months of training, man. Go to class. You know what I wouldn't want nobody with no education who can't drive trains driving no damn train. No.
Yeah.
At, how many, like 600 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour? No, I'm good.
It's fast enough.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. But yeah, just apply yourself. I would tell anybody just to apply themselves, man.
Nice.
As much as frustrating as it may be, you gotta do it. Just think of like this, and then I'm gonna stop running my mouth. Just think, a woman carries a baby for 9 months. Who is more frustrated, you or the woman? Exactly. So if a woman can hold a child in her belly, in her womb for 9 months, bro, get up off your ass. Because she's doing it every day. So I'll leave it like that.
All right. Is there any closing words you'd like to say to your viewers or anyone listening to your podcast?
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would like that, and be positive and think kindly of yourself. think very highly of yourself. You don't need nobody else to tell you you're beautiful if you're already beautiful. So keep it moving, man. You're the best person you can be, and that's it.
All right, man. I appreciate the talk. And again, till next time, see each other. All right.